Okay, hello everyone. I'm Lonnie.
Amberlicious.
And I'm Ashley.
We are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux and your local satanist out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we are doing a live, let's see, this is originally airing.
Last Thursday.
Well, yeah.
6 days ago.
We're having to do like a bunch of, like, okay, this is what's going on, this is why. First off, we're reviewing last week's episode of the Orville. The episode was called Blood of Patriots, and due to scheduling
Oh, yeah,
and
Captain Marvel. I was like,
Yeah.
what are we doing last Thursday?
yeah, we actually went and saw Captain Marvel last Thursday, and then just one thing after another over the last several days. And not only that, but the original airing of this is happening live on YouTube. And the reason we are actually doing YouTube live streams today, this is not the first one. This is actually the second one that we've done today. We haven't been on YouTube in like 6 months. And the reason we're doing it today is because
Betty's here.
Facebook has been freaking down. Facebook has been we've been completely unable to post anything on Facebook today. Facebook has been down across the country for several people.
She's like, I'm number one.
It's the it's the
You
Facebook.
are the first one here. Yes.
So basically, Facebook has gone to crap today, and there's no end in sight. Like it's been going on for like the last 8 hours.
No end in sight.
Yeah, Facebook has been rough today. So we've been without any kind of Facebook for about 8 hours now. And we'll probably end up doing some more live streaming tonight. Maybe tomorrow if they don't get it together. But, you know, no updates from Facebook. It's just kind of happened. So this episode was pretty cool. This is one of those that like had a kind of a mystery to it the whole time. And then it was just like go, 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 go. So, like the whole time.
I was kind of expecting this episode to be... So, let me just say, I didn't go into this episode with really high expectations after the last 2 episodes we just had.
Yeah.
That were like
Yeah,
jam-packed,
very
action,
intense,
action, explosions, betrayals, all the stuff that makes, the
All the good
Orville
stuff.
good, all the good stuff. So it kind of makes sense that they,
Needed a
after
filler.
coming off, really action-packed, they did like a really deep character dive into Gordon. It was cool getting to know him as a character more. You get a little bit of his backstory, and you get to meet one of his childhood friends, and hear, some of that. I didn't think it was boring, though, and I didn't think it was a filler, either. It was just...
It was a really good episode.
Yeah. It was slower coming off of last week's, but that's understandable.
Yeah, but this... spoilers ahead. This episode had a really satisfying end.
It did.
I'll just be quite honest. I would have bet money going into this episode that they would have been set back instead of being able to go forward with the peace treaty. And
Yeah, that's true.
they ended the episode signing like basically a document of intent to move forward, like a good faith agreement that they would go forward with peace with the Krill population. And so, I'm actually one of 2 things. Number one, I'm surprised that they were able to go forward, but it was very, very satisfying. And number 2, I'm very surprised that Mercer's ex, that is Krill, didn't pop up
Yeah.
for
He
this.
is.
But
It's coming.
I think it was a
Yeah.
little too much. Like, it would have been just way too busy
Yeah, that's true.
to have her and,
The conflict. with-
Malloy's old buddy that was... So we had...
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's that?
Whatever happened with the daughter? Did we ever find that out? She got locked in her room, and then the peace treaty happened? Is that a loose end that didn't get tied up?
Yeah.
I thought that was the girl he was talking to for the preview for the next episode, is it not?
Oh, shit.
I thought it was. I thought that looked like her.
No, there's
That
no...
can't be. Now that they know about her, there's no way.
I don't know.
No, her name was Aura, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hold up.
I'm pretty sure, y'all.
We're gonna
I
like while I'm.
Stranger things have happened, and I have been wrong.
I really hope
But-
this doesn't hit us with like copyright, but I'm gonna play it while we're sitting here watching it. And here we go.
I mean, to be fair, I'm a little under the weather, but I could have sworn that was it.
Hold on, I have an idea. We're gonna put on the subtitles.
A mutant. You look at you being smart. I love
Well,
it.
we ain't gonna be able to read it behind the.
I can read it.
Read it aloud there, Ashley.
I can do that.
Appreciate you.
Guys, would you want to go to a party with me?
Sure. Whose party?
It's Laura's. In 2 weeks.
Laura.
Anybody like you? There's a
Okay, it's
mysterious
not.
love aboard the Orville. Would you care to explain? What do you mean?
That is her.
It is her.
All new in 2 weeks
Okay.
on Fox.
Laura?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh my gosh. Will they be? Yeah, I'm sure they locked her in there where she can just generate her own food, I guess. You know.
But how the hell does that even.
Well, it looks like they released her.
Yeah, but she's so dangerous.
Maybe they found a way to
Okay, but
neutralize the.
She might have been
you know,
working with him, but who knows, like, what that situation was.
Well, also they said that nitrous.
Nitrogen.
Neutralizes the effect. So maybe they found a way to.
Yeah.
You know, make her.
No, nitrogen is what causes the explosion. And that's how come she did a nitrogen purge from her room. They sucked it all completely out of the room.
Well,
Whenever she said a nitrogen purge during the episode, I actually thought that they were going to douse her with liquid nitrogen and freeze her to death.
Golly, Lonnie.
I had some really dark thoughts.
You did. Oh my gosh.
I can see that though.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I did. I asked. I was like, what the hell's a nitrogen purge? And it wasn't fully answered for me until they explained it after the fact. But I mean, holy crap. Okay, so she's been running around with him under the guise of his daughter for not 20 years, but
just for a month.
Yeah, for a month. So she's managed to stay safe for a month.
Yeah.
But I guess I guess it's really hard to roll the dice because you're really just taking a chance when you have somebody who has highly reactive blood that could explode when exposed to nitrogen, and then to have them on a ship whose atmosphere is like 10% nitrogen or something.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm sure it's not like highly reactive, but it's to the point where that race basically signed a treaty and agreed to stay away from nitrogen planets. So for him to have a thing for her, and you could kind of see the beginnings of it when he was showing her Planet of the Apes during this episode. But I'm like, wow. But yeah, it was like, so this episode, you have the Orville is going to Krill space to broker a peace treaty to begin work towards peace. And when they show up, of course, there's some conflict. There's a Krill ship chasing a Krill shuttle, and the shuttle, they allow it to land on the Orville. Come to find out, it is Malloy's old friend who was captured by Krill 20 years ago, and supposedly his daughter. And obviously there's something not quite right. Come to find out, the dude is basically on a revenge
Kick.
Yeah, he's totally hell-bent on revenge. The woman is not his daughter. She's actually like an alien with highly explosive blood, and he's been draining blood from her and using it to destroy Krill ships. And
That's crazy.
it's basically peace for the galaxy versus one man is what it turns into. And then he convinces, or Malloy basically makes the right decision and kind of plays into it and was like, yeah, I'll go with you on this mission. And they find out what the mission is. He's going to destroy a cruel ship.
Yeah, basically he was fishing for a confession.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is what
okay.
he was
Sorry to
saying.
interrupt, but I got to go back to this. It's
Okay.
a different actress that played his daughter and Laura. So it's not the same girl.
Huh?
The alien
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
this episode
Uh-huh.
can't be Gordon's love interest in the next episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's a different actress.
Well, who's Laura?
It's Lena and then Laura. It's odd to do names so close, but they're not. They don't have
Who
the
is
same.
who is
Maybe they're
Laura then?
sisters. Just kidding.
Well, now I'm wondering who is Laura and why is it such a big deal
Yeah, because
that
they
he's seeing her?
Explain.
Is she somebody? Is she maybe Ed's sister, or something? Wouldn't that be like some? Nah.
Maybe it was care to explain because he's moving really quickly. You know, they want to have a party together. Maybe they're getting serious. We're speculating about the next episode.
There's a mysterious love aboard the Orville.
Anyway, can we continue? with
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna
episode?
have to go read after this.
Thank you. Okay.
But yeah, the dude basically ends up killing himself with the explosive element, and then
Yeah.
Malloy ends up floating through space.
Yeah, he
She's-
kills himself because Malloy destroys the control where he can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that was a.
trippy to see him go into space like that.
Now I was.
Weird.
That's
Really
probably
cool.
one of the most suspenseful moments
It is.
because I really didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was a cool symbolism too.
Mm-hmm.
When the guy, decides that, no, my hatred toward these people is more important to me than,
My own
maybe than my own life,
Yeah.
and it ends up killing him. And, that's
He ended
why
up accomplishing nothing.
he didn't do a damn thing,
He didn't.
like worth a good for anybody.
No.
He stranded that girl that he, conned into hanging out with him as his daughter, conned her and got her stranded on the Orville.
Well, no, he
Tried
didn't con her because she had a vendetta against
Yeah,
the
she
Krill
had
as
a
well.
vendetta about
He
the
mentioned
Krills.
that.
Yeah, that was mentioned in the show, but
But I don't know,
nonetheless.
you don't know what kind of past she has and what she went through, and he's just like, hey, I have this, vendetta against these people. You want to come with me? So
I'll
of
go ahead and
course
tell you,
it's
she's
gonna
going to prison.
be- she's gonna be-
Like, there's no way because she purposefully did that. She wasn't under duress or anything. Once they figured out her deal, and he even told Malloy, hey, she was in it as much as I was because, she didn't like him any more than I did. And so the fact that she threatened to kill, God, I forgot her name again.
Tala?
Tala, yeah. The fact she tried to kill her, and then, I mean, she's not on the right path. I'm sure she's going to end up, going away. So, I mean, yeah, this episode, it wrapped up nice and neat. It ends with the document being signed, and
Yay.
you could tell that
Good for
everybody had
that.
kind of they were kind of, what's the word, hesitant with the people, at least on the Krill side. They're like,
Yeah,
we'll
they're
see.
iffy,
It's like,
You
yeah,
don't blame them.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've come
And
to a,
that's also a part of how they live their lives on their planet.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take them a minute to come around, but I'm sure they will.
I think that the resolution between the Union and the Krill happening this quickly after all the events of the last episode was,
Th-
monumental, really.
yeah, but
That never happened in real life.
this isn't. It's still going to be a long process.
Yeah.
I honest to God think that we'll probably hit the end of next season, and we still may not have a peace between the two.
I don't know about all that. That's a little extreme.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't think it'll be the end of next season. It might not be the end of this season, but not a whole nother season.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
What about At the very end, there's one thing that really bothered me about this episode. At the very end, they showed Gordon in his room and got a picture of him and his buddy, who's now dead, that was supposed to have been from them back in the day. And the guy, when he first got on the Orville, made a joke about him having a mohawk. It would have been so funny if they CGI'd a mohawk on him.
That was a missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
On that one. Like
I wanted to see a picture of him with a mohawk.
Betty said if I'm right about peace that y'all owe me $5.
I owe him
Right
shit.
about-
You out your mind.
Wait, what?
You wildin', Betty. Thinking I owe Lonnie anything if he's right about something.
Right about what?
Peace.
Peace being at the
I said
end of the
they're
next
not going to
season.
have peace by the end of next season. She's like, if Lonnie's right, y'all owe him $5.
Oh, heck no.
I know. So, first off,
Give this man enough.
rarely is Lonnie right anyway. Number one, he don't need to lose any more money.
Hey, I'm still waiting on, since it's been a couple episodes since I've said anything about it, I'm still waiting on the teleporter to become a plot point.
It ain't been a couple of episodes since you said something about it. It might have been one.
Yeah, it was. It was the part 1 of Identity.
So.
Was the last time I mentioned it. I didn't mention it last one.
No, you didn't. And we're on a break for a week, so you can't mention it tomorrow night either.
Actually, part 1 Identity was at
Betty's
Conuga.
like rolling in
I
the
was
chat
like going on.
because I said I don't
I'll
owe you
try.
shit.
And I'm also saying that this is like this and the previous episode. Like we are this is going to be on Facebook whenever Facebook gets its act
Gets the
together.
shit
But
together.
this originally is airing live on YouTube as a second choice. And I could say, judging by the fact that we have a ton of subscribers on YouTube and literally the only people who have showed up, save a couple of issues today, have been our Facebook subscribers.
But you have to be fair. We've not been on YouTube in forever.
Yeah.
True, but
People
typically after a
probably-
long absence,
People
you know,
probably don't think we exist anymore.
they may not.
But oh well.
All right, well, I believe that's
Are we gonna rate this show?
1 to 10. Yeah,
This episode? I don't know. I guess I give it like an 8.
I was going to give it an 8.
You don't have to put it that close. I know I'm quiet, but you don't have to put it that. Stop.
there was like what was
Don't
it?
do that.
I think it was. I can't remember what show it was, but like one of the gags that they would do is they would actually find somebody. They would put an interview guy out in the field at like a red carpet or something, and he would go up to somebody, and it was basically to the audience had to like guess how. I think it was like maybe a game show, and they had to guess how long the dude could hold the microphone up just like that at them,
That's
like right on their chin
Yeah.
before they backed off.
Oh, God.
And it was like a little
That's
timer would
hilarious.
run at the bottom of the
I
screen.
would watch that shit. I totally would.
Oh, it was funny. I can't remember. I was wanting to say it was like the Ollie G show with Sacha Baron Cohen, but I
that
can't.
actually sounds about right.
It does sound right, but there was another one. It may have been the same show where he would interview people and he would shake their hand and he would keep shaking their hand during the whole interview, and you would guess how long it would be before they broke the handshake. And some people went like the full 60 seconds without.
Heck no.
They didn't want to be like, I
Ashley's
guess
like-
rude or what.
I don't give a fuck about being rude. Do not touch my hand that long. I don't know you.
Oh, that's funny.
As soon as, someone motioned to put something up to my face, I'd be backing off. So I wouldn't be a good contestant on that show, I guess.
Especially our microphone with all the cat hair on it.
Ew.
I know, that's why I was like, don't do it so freaking close. I'm already choking. Like,
Yuck.
I love
Anyway, yeah, the Orville.
so what do you
which is
give
what we're
it?
doing. Yeah, I give this one an 8 too. It was a little bit slower than the last one, although that was kind of expected. It was,
It was time for a break.
it was a little adventure break, but it still was good. It had a good, moral to the story. Don't hold on to your hatred or it'll kill you. Like,
It does.
quite
though.
literally, as it did for his
does.
friend.
I mean, it may not literally kill you, but it will slowly.
I'm taking off a couple points because there's some loose ends that they didn't tie up in this episode. Like, what happened to the girl, the daughter, quote unquote daughter.
True.
It didn't say what happened to them. And it didn't really show a conversation between, Captain Mercer and the Krill saying, hey, the dude that you wanted back blew himself up in space.
Yeah,
Can we do the treaty anyway? And them saying, well, yeah, okay. I expected there to be at least a conversation and not just explosion in space and then they get a pin.
It's kind of lacking.
I'm going to give
It's
this...
like all the adventure happened way too close to the ending of the show and they just had to smush it in.
Yep.
It didn't feel like a completed, wrapped in a bow episode.
I'm giving it a 9. And really, because it kept me engaged the entire time. Of course, what episode of the Orville doesn't?
I would have been more engaged, but I'm a little.
Well, I was like super into this the whole time.
I would have been super into. I'm just saying, it makes a difference.
But the look, there was a episode of, like, I think it was The Flash. Whenever Arrow and The Flash were like the only 2 CW shows, and they had like whatever, I can't remember the character, but Mark Hamill played him, and they spent like both episodes going after him. And so at the end of, there was basically at the end of one of these episodes, or the end of the conclusion, it was like the next to last, basically the final commercial break leading up. They were like, okay, we've got all of our stuff together. We're going to go after this guy and finally bring him in. When they come back from commercial, the dude is sitting in jail yelling about how he's going to get out and he's going to have his revenge and everything. And I was like, well, okay, they skipped the final battle. Like, they skipped it. We've missed it. Like, and I went online and I was like, hey, did they screw up and like not air like an entire scene of the final battle that they've built up to this whole time? And like, they actually got on Twitter, the creators, and were like, no, they had everything so well planned that we didn't feel like the final battle was even worth the time. We just showed that's how easy it was. They just picked him up and put him in jail. And I was like, what in the hell? Like, like, how is that a good storytelling decision? But yes, whenever something like tonight happened where they have where they basically spend so much time on the lead up that they don't really have enough time to fully explain everything at the end, that's what I think about. And they didn't do that as crappy this time as they did for the Arrow and the Flash. So
that's true.
Yeah, I've seen it go south. Yeah, I've really seen it go south. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Just because of the suspense that pretty much, because I knew something wasn't right with the guy since they first brought him on.
Oh yeah, they said that.
Yeah.
Tala says, oh, I don't know. All signs are pointing. On paper, the sky looks fine.
Well, yeah, but that was like 15 minutes into the episode.
Yeah, but that's foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah.
That's foreshadowing.
I mean,
I did that on purpose.
Like, I figured something was up as soon as he landed. But it was like, I don't know.
So let me read this story that Betty just put in the chat.
Oh, holy Jesus.
A soldier, ROTC, about to go into training, did that to me. He shook my hand and refused to break eye contact. I was so uncomfortable and oddly attracted to it. High school me, that is.
Oh, Lord.
That's hilarious.
All right.
All right,
No,
now
thanks.
we can wrap.
Okay. Well, what was that? 889?
Yes.
889, yeah. Okay. Well,
What's you?
this is a pretty good little episode. We were all planning on, we were like, oh, yeah, we're going to do back-to-back
No, we
episodes.
don't have to
We're
wait
gonna
a
do
week.
Yeah, it's actually going to be on the
We still gotta
21st,
wait a
Thursday,
fucking
March
week.
21st, a week from tomorrow night before we do the Orville again. So the next time you see us all three together, if
Will
we
be
don't do a
Sunday
video game
night.
stream this weekend, it'll be Sunday night for the Spoiling Dead. So.
Yep.
Okay. So,
That's eyeshadowing. Goodbye, Betty.
Yeah,
I
she
will
said
talk
don't
you
wrap to
later.
that. So I guess that's good because I went ahead and talked about some other stuff. But anyway, we'll see everybody hopefully on Facebook later tonight or you know,
YouTube later.
absolute
Back here.
worst case scenario, I'll be on here tonight doing something, a video game. So
I'm gonna be asleep.
Me too.
See y'all
Bye.
later.
anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And I'm Ashley.
We are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux and your local Satanist at Chattanooga, Tennessee. See everybody this weekend.